Welcome to the Bourbon Life Podcast, your source for all things bourbon. Join your hosts, Mark and Matt, as they drink and review bourbons, share news about upcoming events, interview the who's who in the bourbon world, and, most importantly, bring you along for the fun of living the bourbon life. Now, here's your hosts, Mark and Matt.
All right, everybody, welcome back for another episode of the Bourbon Life Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and I am flying solo again this week. Matt is not here. I know that's 2 weeks in a row. I promise you, Matt has not left the Bourbon Life. I am not replacing Matt with AI-generated whatever yet. I always threaten him with that. But no, Matt's chair is empty tonight, but we are around the flights of the rectangular table, the Bourbon Podcasting table. We've got our guest here in the studio with us. Really excited about this show. I've been talking to these folks for a couple months about doing this. It ties in really well with the episode that we just put out this past week with Kyle from Preservation Distillery as well. So this is going to be a really cool tie-in. We're going to go back to the roots of bourbon. We're going back to the very beginning on this episode. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We do want to thank all of our sponsors for everything they do for us. Thank you guys. We couldn't bring you the show every week without all their help and support. So thank you for that. With that said, I'm going to introduce our guests. We have Quint and Leah Pottinger, and they are with Affinity Farms here in New Haven, Kentucky, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
You're welcome. Happy to have you, man. Thanks for coming up. I know that's a little bit of a drive for you guys. You guys live in New Haven?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an hour right at.
Okay, not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
We used to come up here a lot because Quint went to UK, so we spent a lot of weekends here.
Go Cats!
Yeah.
Go Cats.
Awesome. It's nice that, it's funny because I was talking to Kyle last week and it was, he went to Louisville. And Jason Betts works over there, and Jason's this crazy Louisville fan as well, man. It's almost like, God.
They need a mixture in there.
Between the two of them, I'm like, give me a break, man.
There's no hope.
Yeah, so it's always nice to have a fellow Kentucky grad on the show. Well, we got a couple things we're going to drink tonight. And the cool thing is, you guys, you don't make your own product, but what you do ties in to a lot of products that are made here in Kentucky. And we're going to dive into that here pretty soon. But I'll let you just kind of look at what I had here in the basement or what my wife lets me show people. I should say, she won't let me show the back room because it's such a mess. But so we picked out the first round. We've got the Rock Hill Farms, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that you said you hadn't had that in...
it's been more than 10 years.
Yeah.
But this was when I started drinking bourbon without mixing it after college.
Yeah.
This is something I found, and they always say you never buy a glass because it looks pretty because you're probably not going to like what's in the bottle.
Right.
But it had that decanter look, and it was one of the first whiskeys I fell in love with.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes me straight back.
Let me show that. Pick that up. I'm sure most people, well, you never know. People may not know, but yeah. So that's the Rock Hill Farms from Buffalo Trace. It's got the same mash bill as Blanton's, Hancock's Reserve, Blanton's, Elmer T. Lee. Yeah, and these four all have the same mash bill.
Yeah. How old is it?
It's usually a 6-year, right?
You know what? It's not age stated, so I am not.
Blend.
I am not sure. 100 proof. But other than that, yeah, it's a single barrel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'd forgotten about that. So it is not a mix, of different barrels. It is, well, at least this one is. I don't know if they've changed it. Eagle Rare used to be a single barrel, but because of the way they do their bottling now, because they run barrel after barrel, they get that mixture of the preceding barrel with the new barrel.
They can't call it
and they can't call it a single barrel just because of that. But it still basically is a single barrel. There's a little bit of co-mingling. I'm not sure if, Rock Hill still does that. This bottle, you said you haven't had 10 years. This bottle
Hasn't been opened in 10 years.
This bottle is probably from 2019 or 2020.
Well, you can't find it anymore.
So, yeah.
If I had known, especially the Elmer T. Lee and Rock Hill back in 2017, had I known bourbon would do what it is, I would have bought every bottle I could.
Stocked up and had a basement supply of it.
Her brother got me a bottle of Elmer T. Lee he found like a month or two after Elmer passed.
Oh yeah.
So I always tell people I've got the bottle of Elmer T. One of the last bottles he probably picked.
Yeah, isn't it wild, man? Yeah.
Did we drink it?
We did.
Oh, okay.
Of course. I mean that's what bourbon's made for, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're drinkers. We talk about collectors and drinkers, and we do a little both, but mostly we drink it.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, it's funny because, You and I met, I think, just a few months ago, actually, at Beam.
We
you were
did.
there with Nikki, who was just on the
Yes.
show about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
So we got to know each other, and then met your husband. I met you at Preservation.
That's right. Yeah,
at the Boone family
2 weeks ago.
reunion,
Right.
wasn't it? Yeah, just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we talked about getting you guys on the show.
Yeah.
And kind of, like I said, going behind the bourbon. I mean, this is kind of cool because we're going to talk about what
We talk about, I say this all the time. We should do like a tour and call it the backside of bourbon.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of friends. We've traveled to many places in the world and all over the country. And you tell people you're from Kentucky, and it used to be, Kentucky Fried Chicken, but now it's, bourbon.
Bourbon.
Yeah.
And so whenever people come in to visit the Americas, they always ask if they can stop and stay, and we show them around. We try to get them set up on tours that they typically couldn't do.
Yeah.
And see, that's what Leah's like. We just got to call it the backside of bourbon. And
Yeah, no doubt. You need to join the, because I've got my Class C RV that's wrapped with the Bourbon Life, so I
Yeah.
drive that around. Well, you saw it, right?
Yeah.
But you can set up with Harvest Host, right? And like people can come to your farm or to your camp or whatever, and they can actually camp, remote if they have generators or whatever. You don't have to provide electric or whatever. But Harvest
That's a good idea.
Harvest Host actually works with different, wineries and whatever else. And people can just drive their RV around, and if they're a member of Harvest Host and you guys are a member, they could stop and basically stay at your farm.
we should do that.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
called
cool.
Harvest Host. It's pretty cool. I've not done it yet, but I was a member last year. We just never traveled. my job was like, nope, not going to do
Not
any
today.
RVing this year. But anyway, so let's talk about this whiskey real quick, and we'll jump into our conversation. I had not nosed it yet, but man, that is nice. And this has been open for a while. I was afraid that this might have skunked, but no, I think it smells really good. It's got some nice spice to it, and this is I think this is the low rye. I want to say so.
It tastes like it.
It's the lower rye of the two mash bills. I think it's mash bill number 2, which I believe is the lower rye content. But again, low rye, but nice bourbon. Just those typical bourbon notes. There's nothing old, like no leather and no tobacco or anything like that. But just those nice caramel, vanilla,
Clove a little.
little bit of oak, a little bit of spice. What do you guys pick up? Anything jump out?
Caramel, cloves a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a really smooth, typical, like when you say whiskey or bourbon, this is what it smells like. This is what I would expect the candle to be.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If they ever got it right, yeah.
If they ever got it right.
Yeah.
So this is interesting. I'm glad you actually brought up the mash bill too, because when we taste the third bottle, there's something very distinct about this bottle that separates it from all the other whiskeys that have rye in it.
Okay.
And the way it finishes.
Wow, cliffhanger, guys. Bum, bum, bum. Actually, I think we're going to drink that in round 2 because this Elijah Craig is
yeah.
it's higher 30 something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that'll be our surprise for round 2.
I like it.
Absolutely.
One of the things that I think is most interesting about drinking whiskey with Quint is that I've learned this from him, is that he can smell and taste the grains.
Oh, really?
Yeah, separately.
Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Because of the fact that on the farm, we harvest the corn dry, but have to dry it to a certain percentage. And when the corn is drying, it smells like
It smells like mashing.
whiskey.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, because you're removing the water from it basically, so it smells like it cooking. So then
okay.
you can taste.
I never
or
thought
smell
about
it.
that.
It smells different than going by a distillery
does.
and it mashes. So it doesn't smell like it's being mashed, but you can smell drying corn in the glass, especially on a younger age. So anything from like 5 to 7 years.
Yeah. So that younger age, you can pick out that corn.
Kind of a sweet
corn.
smell.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, plus 75 on the mash bill for sure. But I love it. Especially, it just takes me home.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Takes me to the farm.
Yeah, that's very cool. So let's talk about you guys. Let our listeners know a little bit about who you guys are. Leah, if you want to go first and just kind of talk a little bit about your background and.
Sure. So I met Quint in, what year did we meet? 2010? 9.
2010, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
You guys were young pups
You
then.
gonna tell
we
the
got
whole
married
story?
at 23.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know it.
Yeah, getting ready to hit 14 this year.
Yeah.
Next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's been 6 of the best years of your life, right?
Yes, exactly.
I've been married, almost 26 this year.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's my bad taste joke, you know, when people ask how long you've been married, it's like 26 years. It's like 22 of the best of my life. My wife loves it. Anyway,
I'm sure she goes, oh, that was so
That's
fun.
so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be here all week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Leah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, I met Quint. I am not from a farm, but my mom's from Bardstown and my dad's from New Haven originally.
Okay.
I grew up in Tennessee. And we moved back to Elizabethtown when I was a freshman in high school. Anyways, randomly met Quint through a mutual friend we had and ended up falling in love.
Oh.
And I know. And we got married and bought his grandmother's farm.
Yeah.
So I went to Bellarmine. We got married and I moved from the city.
Yeah.
Out to the country.
Back to Green Acres.
Back to her roots.
Yeah. Yeah, shockingly.
Back to the roots.
Yeah, my grandmother still lived in New Haven at the time. So we were like 5 minutes from my grandmother, which who would have guessed? Yeah.
Well, she was so mad. Why are you marrying somebody from New Haven?
No, she was so happy to have you.
You could do so much better.
Her dad, when I first met her dad, I asked, to Tim, tell me about yourself. What'd you do? He's like, well, I grew up in New Haven, because he didn't know where I was from. Just talked to him for 5 minutes, and he said, at 16 years old, I pitched straw for Don Bischoff, and I knew right then and there I was going to get out of this town and make something for myself. I wasn't going to be a broke-down old farmer from New Haven, Kentucky. And then he went on 20 minutes about his degree and all the places he worked. He looks at me when he's done. He said, so, what do you do? I was like, I'm a broke-down old farmer from New Haven.
This is the best part, though.
Man.
Well, yeah, so he just slaps me on the back. He said, well, us New Haven boys got to stick together.
Yeah, okay. But at least, so you got the blessing still.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was. Yeah, he's great.
Oh,
but I moved to the farm and I had no experience or knowledge of what farming was. I'm just happy to be here,
Yeah.
I got my husband and this is wonderful. I love being outside.
What more could you need, right? You got your husband. Right?
Yeah. So I was telling Quint kind of on the way here, we were talking about our origin story. And I was saying, if you had told me then that we would be touching the whiskey industry or the bourbon market with farming, I probably wouldn't have believed you. Because I didn't grow up around there. I have no experience with farming. I was just thrilled to learn how to drive a tractor at that point.
Yeah.
And I was happy to spend time turning wrenches, working on the planter, just spend time with him. So anyway, so that's our kind of my story moving onto the farm with Quint. And my family, my grandfather, Boaghagen, he was the chemist for Booker No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Very cool.
Yeah. So he and my grandmother spent lots of time with him. In their younger years.
This is my first Christmas over there, and her grandmother is making custard.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so good. What do you use in it? And she pulls out this bottle of the Black Label Jim Beam, not extra aged.
Oh.
That 8 year. It had the 8 year label.
Oh, wow.
And it was from the 90s. And she said, I got all this stuff up there. She said, Quint, you wouldn't believe this. Bogue used to drag me down to Booker's office in the basement of Jim Beam, and that's where we'd spend our date night because Booker wanted his own whiskey, and Bogue was trying to make it for him, and we spent all night down there, and I told Booker finally, I said, Booker, quit dragging me down here. Nobody's going to like this shit. And now it's their flagship top shelf.
Absolutely, yeah.
She's a spitfire, that one. But she successfully did mix all the experimental bourbon in the attic into Christmas custard.
Wow.
So some bottles left, but they're all empty.
They're empty.
Yeah, emptied them all.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then on my grandmother's side, on my dad's family, because my grandma, she is a Boone. So Waddy Boone is my fifth great grandfather.
Okay, yeah.
So bourbon's a little bit in my family.
A little bit. Runs into blood, sort of, right?
Yeah, we are. I've learned a lot of history since we've been back in the whiskey, kind of adjacent, I guess the backside of bourbon.
Yeah.
Now, but you also do photography too, right?
I do.
Yeah. So that's that.
Yes. So I photograph a lot of people, lots of portraits.
Yeah.
And I also dabble in commercial work, and some of that happens to be whiskey, which is so fun.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay.
So, yes.
I did not know that, but very nice. Well, I follow your page on Instagram, so.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into the complication of all the things that I photograph, which account goes to which.
Right, yeah.
I need a commercial page is what I'm trying to say, because I have a lot of beautiful whiskey photos that I've taken.
They are.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I did a lot I did some with preservation, some with log still, and they're beautiful. They have beautiful bottles. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Quint, what about you? Let's hear your story.
Well, I just want to follow up one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
So Leah's got a big brain, and she's really humble about it. But before she was photography full time, she worked for Humana in cybersecurity. And
wow.
she was responsible on a project management team to flag all the threats with the DoD that was coming in to make sure our healthcare system didn't crash.
Wow.
So I just want to make sure. Yeah. So she's that skill comes in handy because our network on the farm is very secure.
And here I am talking about using ChatGPT, and she's over here like, no.
No, listen.
No.
I can just tell you. It's just we know they have our info, and so it's just fine. It's fine.
You just have to be okay with it.
That's what my wife. She's like, we gotta get rid of all of our Alexas. We got like 6 Alexas in this house. She's like, it listens all the time. I'm like, so does our phone. I mean, everything listens, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
what are they gonna do?
I've kind of surrendered, just giving up on that.
The only thing you could run into is ransomware, and that would have nothing to do with anything you said over your Alexa.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's what like they say that on average, the way the laws are written in America, that every American breaks on average 8 laws a day. So if they wanted to get you on something, they could do that.
It's fine. Use ChatGPT, use Alexa.
I like that. So I eat about 8 spiders every year in my sleep, and I break 8 laws every day. That's awesome. I like that.
We need it on a T-shirt. Fun facts
8,
with the Bourbon Life
8,
podcast.
the number of spiders you eat each year, and the number of laws you break every day. Oh man, yeah, Quint. I'm sorry. See, we're just getting off track, which is great because that's why I love the conversation. But I'm sorry again.
So just I'll give you just a high level background of my family. So my great times 7 grandfathers was Samuel Pottinger, and he was a captain in the Revolutionary War. He served under General Herod, and he came through Kentucky during the Revolutionary War. And when he came through southern Nelson County, he fell in love with it because of the natural water and the springs. He said this would be a great place to set up town. It was close to a river where they could build rafts and ship stuff down to New Orleans with the market they were developing. And so after the Revolutionary War, he was granted an 8 square mile land grant from George Washington.
Wow.
And he built a fort, and they called it Pottinger's Landing. And the meat house that they built at the mansion is still standing today. We have the brick molds for it, and it's the oldest brick building on this side of the Appalachian Mountains.
Really?
It's right across the road from our house. Yeah. And so Leah mentioned that I bought the farm for my grandmother. Well, I actually bought the last 80-acre tract of the original 8 square mile land grant. So we've been there since 1781.
Wow.
And we've seen every iteration of civilization, community, and agriculture change over the last 245 years we've been there.
Yeah.
And so anytime my dad, he's 76, he adopts technology, a new way of doing things, even at his age. He said, Quint, what we're doing now won't be here in 15 or 20 years. We'll do it a different way, and we just have to adapt to it the way we always have. Yeah. And the staying power of bourbon, and I think we're seeing that now, finally a resurgence almost 100 years after Prohibition was over, has been such a core to our family's history.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool. And the fact that you can trace your family back that far, I mean, that speaks volumes. Now, I think I was listening to a podcast, and your family has had the farm, but you guys have been in like a lot of other types of businesses there as well, right? Like
correct. So the farm has never been passed down.
Okay.
And so when I got a phone call from my grandmother, I walked out of my last.
I was listening to this.
I walked out of my last Stats Final at UK. Awesome. I go to Jared Jewelers over at Nicholasville Road, and I get an engagement ring for Leah. And I get a phone call from my grandmother. It's 10:30. She said, Quint, I'm tired of taking care of the farm. I'm moving into town. You're the last Pottinger around. Do you want it? And I thought, I've always wanted a farm, but I thought I'd have to do something else first because it's such a capital-intensive industry to get into.
Sure.
So she said, come by this weekend. So I go by, sit down at the kitchen table, and she just slides a piece of paper across the table. She said, now this is what the farmer praised for, but your aunt and I think it's worth more, so this is what we want for it. And I was like, well, we have had a misunderstanding.
Thanks, Grandma.
I've got student loan debt. Leah has student loan debt. I just started a business.
Oh, my God.
Getting out of college. And so we've worked out a way to get the farm purchased, and we bought it in 2012, and we've been operating it since. It's been a challenge.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, that's crazy. So what, did you go to school for ag work?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was ag economics and farm business management at the University of Kentucky.
Okay. So you really had the passion for farming then. I mean, growing up on the farm, I mean, you really, that's what you wanted to do.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually worked at St. Joey's Hospital as a PT tech to pay for school.
Okay.
And I did a stint through the emergency room for 4 or 5 months. I loved it. I just loved the pace of it. And I thought that maybe the medical field was in my future until I got that phone call from my grandmother. So
yeah,
I can always go back to school.
Now, so you guys, you weren't married yet. You were getting to that point. You guys were obviously almost pre-engaged.
We were engaged. No, we were engaged at that point.
Yeah, we were engaged at that point. So
I remember that conversation.
We went on.
What was your? Well, I mean, yeah. What were? I mean,
honestly, it's a blur. I was like, bleh.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we'll figure this out.
So we went on our first date in 2010.
Yeah.
We dated for a month and a half and then broke up. And then we got back together and then got married in 4 months. So we've actually only dated for a total of about 6 months before we got married.
Okay. My wife and we started dating in February and got married in October.
Yeah.
So, when you know, right?
Yeah, that really is. I mean, you just got to be up for anything.
We grew up together. Like, we didn't, but you know what I'm saying? When you get married, we got married young.
Yeah, we matured into adulthood together.
Yeah.
So my thoughts are like, well, we're in it.
Yeah,
sure,
we're here.
We'll figure it out.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, and it's good to have support too. I mean,
yeah.
It's one thing to make the decision, and obviously you got the family history, something you wanted to do, but to have a spouse that's going to stand by you and support you for that decision, that's huge.
Oh, it's been massive. Farming is not for the faint of heart. Aside from the hard work, it's a lot of stress and financial risk.
Sure.
But it's been worth it. And so the house we live in now, there's a well that feeds into it, and that was that well's fed from a spring from the T.J. Pottinger distillery that was on our farm.
Okay.
So we can trace that back there. They think that Limestone Branch had a T.J. Pottinger shine. I think Chris Beam had that, and then they let that go in Lux Row Bottom.
Huh.
But
okay.
I guess going back to the connection to whiskey, my family in the 1800s, that's how they grew grain for whiskey.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
They didn't grow grain they had it for feed, but they mainly grew it for whiskey, and it was mostly rye that they grew because rye, it yielded about the same that corn would yield per acre before the hybridization of corn in the 1900s.
Huh. Okay.
And so rye was a natural crop that was grown in central Kentucky.
That's what I said. I didn't know that. I had no idea because you just think of corn. You don't think of rye.
Yeah.
Growing in Kentucky, in central Kentucky.
And that's such an interesting part too of that history. So he came from Maryland and he brought rye from there.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's such a humid climate.
Yeah.
But rye in Europe, they say you put rye on your worst ground.
Yeah.
Because it will scavenge for
it'll
nutrients.
Grow anywhere, right?
It'll grow anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. I think I've actually heard that before. Well, guys, we're at the end of round one. I mean, how fast was that?
That was so fast.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the whiskey though before we
right.
wrap it up. Palate and finish. You guys got any notes in terms of taste and finish on this one?
I believe I can taste the wheat.
I can taste
on the back of your tongue.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not getting the rye flavor. I'm definitely getting a wheated flavor. But
this goes back to the conversation about the grains.
But now this is a rye.
This is a rye.
I mean, it's a bourbon, but I don't think there's any wheat in this one.
I can't taste it. But I can taste the small grain.
There you go. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
No,
sorry.
I can taste so then that's actually makes more sense. It tastes like barnyard on the end.
It's got a little jasmine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little, barely.
Just on barnyard.
Mm-hmm. That's what they like. It's like it's actually a slur, I guess,
like
in the bourbon industry.
In the industry with the makers of whiskey.
Like, oh, it's
if
got
you
jasmine.
bring them, we had an experience where we brought some wheat,
yeah,
to a distillery, and they're like, it smells like barnyard, which translates into the glass. So it's barely noticeable on the end, and sometimes it's a desirable trait, and some people love it.
Some people love it,
yeah.
It's an enzyme. I can almost tell you exactly when the whiskey was made based on the flavoring of the jasmine because of the air exchange you have to do in a grain bin.
On the ones that we've grown.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's super interesting. Yeah, so there's a few flavors that will actually carry through distillation and through aging. Jasmine's one. Barnyard. Jasmine.
Not jasmine. Jasmine.
Right, yeah.
In Kentucky, we say jasmine. Or barnyard.
Yeah, we say barnyard.
And then diesel will. So if you drop grain at a distillery and your tarp is unrolled before it goes to the pit, even if you just unrolled it to get it probed for a short distance, they won't unload it because the exhaust from the diesel exhaust coming over. And that will actually distillation and aging will not take it out.
No kidding.
It doesn't matter how many barrels you blend with it.
Now, is that specific to small grains or is that corn too?
It's everything. It's just that flavor.
Well, I never knew that either.
And that's an interesting point. So that Leah brought up about the wheat tasting. What she's tasting probably is the corn. So before number 2 yellow corn was developed in the early 1900s, we had different varieties of corn.
Yeah.
You had yellow corn, you had yellow 1, you had blue, red, whatever. But corn is just the engine of whiskey. It's got the starch.
Yeah.
It's for the alcohol, right? It's not a flavoring grain.
Right.
And so if you go and use like a heritage open pollinated corn, like Bloody Butcher, you can actually taste the wheat. Right now, while wheated bourbon, you can't taste that grain because the number 2 yellow corn has so much sugar, it overpowers the flavoring grain.
That makes sense.
So you're not tasting Bloody Butcher corn. What you're doing is actually tasting the wheat that's coming through.
Smaller grain.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay, so let me try that again.
That's okay. I'm sorry.
It's rye.
Yeah, it is a rye. I'm sorry. Now I feel bad for...
You shouldn't feel bad.
But it's got
Nobody said that I was a specialist in
I'm
this.
not either, because I'm like, it's spicy, it's sweet, and it's spicy. It's spicier than I remember Rock Hill being, which sounds kind of funny. Because I know this is a low rye mash, maybe 12% on the rye, but there's still a little bit of a spicy.
You can just taste it. I think you can just taste the...
Yeah. So which I just wasn't expecting that, but the sweetness is there.
Based on the way it smells, I didn't expect to be able to taste.
Yeah, it's probably a 78 or 80 corn, which is why you're tasting that sweet flavor that the wheat would bring.
I'd say you're probably right. Probably as close to, I would guess probably like a 78, because it'd be like 78, 12, 10.
See?
Yeah, that would make sense probably. So
yeah, I guess they do have a standard 10.
He knows all these things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm just along for the ride. Color commentary.
Well, Matt's not here tonight, so I need a color commentary
That's
person.
me.
Gosh, yeah.
I'm tasting the wheat in the rye whiskey.
That's okay.
Bourbon.
When I did my Master of Bourbon certification,
Yeah.
we did blind tastings, and one of the bourbons that I tasted, I said it was, I didn't know what it was, but I said it was a very high rye bourbon just because of the way it tasted. And I waxed poetically for probably 5 or 10 minutes as to why it was a high rye bourbon. Turns out it was Maker's Mark cask strength.
Oh, it was just the alcohol you were tasting.
And I was like, oh shit. But the funny thing is, I convinced the other 2 candidates that were sitting with me.
No, you didn't.
Oh yeah, that it was a high rye bourbon, and like half the judges were convinced that it was a high rye bourbon.
You know, that's the direction I should have gone. Just convince you were wrong.
You should have. No, this is, I don't know what you did, but this is
wheat.
not. Yeah, this is the wheat this is the wheated Rock Hill. You don't know what you're talking about.
It's very rare. Actually, you can see the maroon neck. It's not a green, it's maroon, so it signals wheat.
Right, yeah, that signals the wheat. The green label has the rye in it. Yeah, sorry.
You can smell that barnyard on the nose.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I knew I was onto
there
something.
you go. You got it.
I can identify. I couldn't tell you what it is, but I can tell you where it's from.
Now, see, you guys are behind. My glass is empty.
Oh, give me
oh
a
my
second.
gosh. No, it just smells so good once that glass. I love an empty glass of whiskey and bourbon. And I'm already picking up those really like burnt sugar, brulee, kind of sugar, creamy, I don't know, just, man, it smells. I'm going to leave that sitting there for a while because that smells so good.
For at least 30 seconds.
At least. All right. Well, we're at the end of round 1.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So let's take a quick break, get a word from our sponsors, and we'll come back with more with Quint and Leah Pottinger from Affinity Farms in just a minute. So here's the thing about District 7 Social Hall. It's not just a bar, and it's definitely not just a game spot. It's one of those places you go with friends and end up staying way longer than planned. It's located in Lexington's Distillery District, just steps from the Bourbon Trail, and it's built for fun. They've got duck pin bowling, games, and a self-serve beer wall, so you can pour exactly what you want when you want it. The bar program is legit. There's a fantastic bourbon selection, great cocktails, and plenty for people who just want to hang out and sip something good. And parking? Free parking, which honestly matters more than people admit. But here's where it gets really cool. Hidden inside District 7 is Book Club, a secret wine room you'd never expect. It's quieter, moodier, and feels like a speakeasy for people who actually love wine and bourbon. Inside Book Club, they've got hard-to-find bourbons tucked away, along with a curated wine list, making it one of those if you know spots. So whether someone's coming off the Bourbon Trail, meeting friends for a night out, or just looking for a place that doesn't feel like cookie cutter, District 7 hits that sweet spot. Fun, social, a little unexpected, and easy to get to. Be seen, be social. District 7. All right, everybody, welcome back for round 2 of the Bourbon Life Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and I'm flying solo tonight here in the Bourbon Life Studios, otherwise known as my basement. My good friend Matt is not here. I promise he will be back next week. Just taking a little hiatus. Maybe I forgot to tell him that we were going to record tonight. I don't know what happened, but it could be. Matt will not be AI generated. I promise I'm not going to do that. We were just talking off camera about how wonderful his palate is. I've got to keep him around as long as I can just for his tasting notes for sure. So we're having a fun time tonight. Great conversation, mixing things up just a little bit. Not talking about necessarily a bourbon brand, but talking about something that's very, very essential, obviously, to the creation of the bourbon. We're talking about the farming that goes into that and the grains that are used to make that. And we've got some great guests with us here tonight. We have Leah and Quint Pottinger from Affinity Farms from New Haven, Kentucky. Welcome back for round 2, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on. I'll tell you what, having a drink while doing a podcast interview is the way to go.
It's the way to go.
It should be standard.
Absolutely, right? Because you just kind of chill and, relax, and it just, the conversation starts flowing. It's like you're hanging out with friends.
It is.
You're not rigid. And when I started this, I planned to do that. It wasn't because I thought, it's important to do reviews. It's important to do that. And wasn't really thinking about just everybody being at ease. But I also didn't think about the fact that when we have 3 different pours on the show, that brands would send me 3 different bottles. Oh. So a lot of the bottles that we see, I get 3 different expressions from brands.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so we do different expressions. So it was a genius, evil plan.
It's a great format. It's a great format.
That was a good evil laugh.
Well, this is great. So we're not trying all one brand, though. We're actually able to spread it out a bit.
Yeah, we're switching it up. And that's why, with the podcast, that's the way I like to do it. I don't, I have favorite brands. Obviously, Jim Beam, love those guys. Love the distillery. Mm-hmm. Love a lot of the products down there. Elijah Craig's, the Barrel Proof is probably my favorite, though. But yeah, it's fun with the podcast because I'm not beholden to any particular brand or anything like that. And I like to give genuine, honest opinions about stuff. And if I don't like it, I'm going to tell you I don't like it. Or I may not just have them on the podcast. I think that would be really awkward. I've managed after 7 years to avoid being in a situation where it's like, your whiskey tastes like shit.
Yeah. I think that's really interesting. Like if you look at the history of whiskey, though.
Yeah.
I mean, in Kentucky, like my family, we made whiskey to make money.
Right.
We farmed everything so we could grow food for the community, but the whiskey was the economic engine.
Sure.
And I think it's interesting. I tell Leah this a lot, that bourbon shouldn't be pretentious.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And really good whiskey could cost a lot of money, but doesn't have to be pretentious.
Yeah.
And I know some people feel more comfortable in a pretentious environment, maybe because that's how they were raised.
Yeah.
I think bourbon gives people an opportunity to relax and to try something that connects them.
Yeah, I agree, man. That's great. I love the way you said that. I mean, and I agree with that because, I'm an attorney, and my world's different than a lot of other people, but at the same time, there's so much similarity between me and so many other people because of this love and connection with bourbon. So sitting around just hanging out with people, it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter what your political stance is. It doesn't, to me, none of that matters. It's like everything just melts away and you're sitting there with a friend drinking whiskey and drinking a nice bourbon, just having fun conversation, right?
Community of it.
Yeah, man, you just got to come all the time. We're just going to sit down and drink and chat.
That'll be great. We'll rotate. Come to the farm for some. We'll come here for
a little rotating podcast.
Absolutely. Yeah, so this round, you guys brought this bottle, right?
Yeah.
So I'll hold this up. So tell me what you got here.
All right, so this is the Preservation Rye Whiskey.
All right.
This is actually the first bottle, or not the first bottle, this year release is the first commercially produced rye whiskey in over a century that has 100% Kentucky grown rye in it.
Wow.
And I can verify that because we grew the rye.
Because you grew it.
So it's got our corn and our rye in it.
Okay.
And it's interesting too, if you had a sip of it yet.
I have not. No, I have not. But man, this is like, it is super dark.
It's got a lot of body.
I mean, how old is it?
I love about
it's
only 7 years, but let me tell you something. Marcy is a genius. And Kyle too, with their blender, but she has a way of aging a whiskey or identifying when it's ready.
Yeah.
I mean, you would look at this and think it was a 12-year-old.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah, the
it
color.
drinks like a 6-year-old.
When I poured it, I had not looked. I would think that was like finished in a different cask.
Yeah, it's almost red
like
a little.
Yeah, like it's been taken out and put into a second cask or something, or that it's aged for 15 years or more, something like that.
Oh, it looks like a Scotch.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, and so selfish plug for Marcy. She didn't ask me to say this, but we do business with them, and we're grateful for what they do. But she is probably one of the better minds in the industry.
Yeah.
It's been a joy working with her.
That's awesome.
And she's picky, which I love.
Yeah.
Because she's driving what we do on the farm. What do you need? And so she's so Quint, and that's how we got to grow rye. You know, she came to us. She said, "Quint, I want a rye grown in Kentucky." And I was like, "Oh, it can't be that hard. You know, plant it in the fall like you do wheat.
Yeah.
Harvest it in the spring or in the summer like you do wheat. Can't be that much different." Turns out it's extremely hard to grow. It's one of it's the most challenging crops.
Is it really?
Yes.
Okay.
When you grow it for like a cash crop for this.
For cash, a lot of cover crop is grown. And so this is actually a Hazlitt variety. Hazlitt rye has a unique flavor just because of how it grows, but it's what they call an open pollinated. It's an old variety, and it doesn't have any disease resistance. So we have a lot of it's humidity in Kentucky in the spring, right? So naturally we get a lot of disease, and one of the diseases that's moved in is ergot, which is like the Salem witch trials disease.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
No, I've not.
Well, this is a fun story too.
A fun story.
So back in the 1600s, whenever somebody ate bread that was made from grain that had ergot, it would make them just a little crazy. They'd go on a trip, right? A psychedelic trip.
Oh, okay.
And so a lot of people, women especially, because they were the ones making the bread, if they made bread with bad grain, they would get a little loopy, and they would identify them as a witch because they'd be talking out of their heads. And so they would either hang them or they would send them to the church. Well, the church had the best quality grain because they got the first pick in the community. And so none of their grain had ergot. So you spend a month in the church, you were healed by the Spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So that's where we say the ergot's the Salem witch trial disease. But,
That's why. No, I'd never heard that before. But on the nose, man, this is.
so we had the Rock Hill, and
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. You'll see this in weeded bourbons.
Not that though. Rock Hills.
I know.
Are
You'll see this in weeded bourbons, but more rye bourbons. You will have usually a film that'll settle right on the bottom of your tongue and then down the back of your throat.
Okay.
And then once you've had one or two, you've had enough.
Yeah.
This is dangerous because this will wash over your tongue.
Yeah.
You'll swallow it and it will be gone, and you'll want to have another taste because the taste doesn't linger.
Okay. Nice. I've tasted it, but I'm not going to talk about the palate and the finish yet. But the nose on this, really nice, really rich, very dark. It's
The first thing I smell is rye straw.
It's the straw.
I
The
can
straw?
The
Yeah.
straw. After you harvest rye, the smell of the straw coming out the back of the combine. You can smell it. That's that like spice, but not real spicy. It's kind of grassy.
I was going to say it's grassy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be that rye straw smell.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, like in the early morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just when the dew is hitting. That's
Honestly,
right.
so
That's
true.
exactly. Temperature 72 and the humidity is around 76%.
It was like 90%. Really. The
That's
dew's
really,
just coming out.
honestly, that's
Dead
a
on,
farmer
isn't it?
nerd thing.
That's it. Yeah, we're nerding out over that.
I smell the humidity this morning.
It's so funny that you say that. We were coming down the driveway the other day, and Quint was like, "Do you smell that?" I was like, "Yes, the corn is pollinating." Because we
corn
live on a
sex.
hill, and the dew settles. So when you come down the hill, the humidity
Yes, it's so
holds the
thick.
smell,
It
so
holds-
you can
Does it?
smell it. That
Wow.
it's
Smell
pollinating.
the corn pollinating, yeah.
Well, so what's that? What does that smell like? I mean, is it grainy? Is it sweet? Is it?
It's kind of like sweet mildew,
Okay.
It's sweet mildew, yeah. Now, rye, when it pollinates, smells
fishy,
Oh.
like
fishy, just
danky fishy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Leah told me we couldn't grow rye around the house anymore.
I didn't say that.
This may needs a shower.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smells like a women's locker room.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Man, I was thinking I was gonna say it. So Quint, since you're the guest, I'm glad you guys said
Well, that's
that.
what we asked for, what the limits were for the
There are
podcast.
no limits on this show.
Some limits.
I mean, we're all thinking it. I guarantee the 80% of the male listeners out there that were listening to this show were thinking that already, man.
That's so true.
So, you know what?
But he's not wrong. He's right. That's what it smells
But
like.
it doesn't translate to the flavor, which is good.
Yeah, which is good, right?
It's just pollination that smells weird.
Just the pollination.
Yeah.
That's
So speaking of pollination, interesting. I want you to tell me what you taste.
Not yet. We're not there yet.
We're not on the taste yet.
Okay.
We're just doing the smell. What do you smell?
What do you smell? Besides pollinating rye.
It definitely doesn't.
And fish.
It's just straw.
Well, so this is interesting because we talked about the different types of corn. You can't make bourbon. You have to make bourbon with number 2 yellow corn. That's the law, right? So if you use a different type of corn, it has to be something different. There has to be a whiskey. But rye and wheat are traditionally the flavoring grains. So with rye, with this rye in particular, I can actually smell the corn and taste the difference in the 2 grains in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. You can taste the sweetness and also smell it. You can smell the rye.
It's very
straw
distinct.
off the top.
Yeah.
And then the sweetness you can smell.
The sweetness of the corn. Yeah. Now, see, that's funny because to me, when I smell, I'm like, okay, I get a little spiciness, but I get the grassiness.
Yeah.
But I get the sweetness as well. But that's the way you guys distinguish it. That makes sense because the corn's going to be sweeter.
Yeah.
And that rye is going to give that grassy little hint of spiciness maybe as well. It's almost, in a glass now, I'm almost getting a hint of mintiness, I think,
Me too.
from that rye.
That's funny. That was the first thing I smelled when I put it up to my nose.
Yeah. It's like all of a sudden I'm starting to pick up that little hint of mint, but it's really like a dark sugar aroma as well for me. There's something like brown sugary or something on this sweetness. So
It's true.
Quint, you're smiling. What do you?
He's so happy. This is his favorite.
Oh yeah.
This was a really good barrel pick.
It was.
It's, I think, one of our favorites.
Very nice. And this was your rye? Was it your corn as well? Or
It was.
What? So everything in here was yours
Except for the malt.
Okay.
Barley.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We're gonna talk about that here in just a little bit. So let's talk about the farming in general. So when you started this, your granny's like, "Hey, I'm going to give you my farm, psych. I'm going to make you buy it from me, right?"
Yeah.
When you decided to do that, did you think you're going to be farming and growing crops for use in whatever to sell for
In the commodity market.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's my background. I grew up on a grain farm. And I went to college at UK. We learned how to market into a commodity system.
Okay.
We learned about the value of globalization and what it's done to feed the world. And so just, if I can, really quick backstory on
Absolutely. This is your show. You have carte blanche to do whatever you want to do tonight,
Obviously.
Quint. Yeah. Talk about fishy smells,
Say
man.
what you
Whatever
want.
you want. It's all you.
So if you think about in the late 60s, post World War II, in this Bretton Woods era where we had globalization, peace around the world, the population exploded.
Yeah.
And there was a real fear in the late 60s that we would eat ourselves alive because of stability.
Yeah.
You can only grow grain in 3 places in the world, enough grain to be able to feed your population and have an infrastructure built out and a capital system to export it to other places that can't grow it. And so countries would barter. So we would sell grain to Indonesia, but in exchange we would get fish. And Europe would be the same way. So those 3 regions of the world were Ukraine, Russia,
Okay.
the Pampas region in northern Argentina, Uruguay, and southern Brazil, and the Midwest, American Midwest. Those are only 3 places you can grow grain in mass.
I did not know that either, man. I'm learning all sorts of shit tonight.
And all the grain that's grown goes to feed a protein source. So beef, pork, chickens, fish, right? And so when we bought the farm, it was, how do we scale the acres quick enough to make up for the margins that are super thin in commodity production, right? And I remember I was in a Walmart, it was in 2015 on Black Friday, and I was looking at a bag of corn, 50-pound bag of corn on the floor that was selling for $12 a 40-pound bag. Now, for context, a bushel of corn is 56 pounds. And so that bag of corn was going for roughly $14 a bushel, and I was getting $3 a bushel at the river, right?
Wow.
And I'm like, where is the disconnect?
Wow.
And so I talked to my farm mentor, I talked to my business mentor, and I said, I want to take some money, $6,000, $7,000, and I want to buy.
I think it was 5. Quint was like, can can we buy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Put $5,000 into a bagger. I swear this will work.
Yeah, it's like a thing that you pull a handle, it'll fill a bag up to a certain amount of counterweight, right? And I got some certified floor scales, certified by the state, and a hand sewer. So
you can
hold
hand
it.
sew the bag.
Yeah. And so I was like, looking around, white-tailed deer hunting is huge in central Kentucky.
Absolutely.
You can feed them
Exploding.
legally.
You can feed them legally in the state. So I was like, I'm going to bag this corn and try to get into the deer hunting market.
Oh, yeah.
And it took 4 days initially to get 20 pallets of corn bagged for my first order.
How many are there on a pallet?
There are 40.
40 bags
about
of
800.
50 pounds.
50 pounds each.
God.
Quint and I bagged all of those.
You guys, wow. No wonder he could open the bottle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2017.
Damn,
Early
dude.
2017 or into 2016, yeah. Well, so I got this order done.
What, you want to arm wrestle, man?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I've hired that out now.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go, right? Yeah. I don't do that work anymore.
So I just finished up my order. It's middle of the afternoon on a Saturday. This guy walks into my shop. He's got this big burly beard. He just walks right past me, goes to a pallet, takes a bag, rips it open, runs his fingers through this bag of corn, and he said, "This is exactly what I'm looking for. I'll take all 20 pallets today, and I'll take another 20 Wednesday." And I'm like, "Dude, that's great, but who the hell are you? And why the fuck are you on my farm?"
Yeah.
Well, it turned out it was Matthew Jackson, who was the distiller at Preservation at the time.
Oh, okay.
And his brother worked at a deer hunting outfitter. He'd been buying grain from there because the grain, he couldn't get grain for a distillery at their scale.
Yeah, right.
That was clean enough.
Wow. Okay.
And that's how. And so we fell into it.
Yeah,
In 2017, and then Marcy calls me and she's like, "Quint, can you grow rye?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah."
Sure.
So now we modified their grain receiving system to receive plastic reusable totes instead of those big bulk bags. And so now we can fill those to certain weight so we can match the mash bill when they change it very quickly. Tailor made for the distillery.
Wow. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, you said you fell into it, but you didn't, because you were forward thinking enough to find an opportunity that you took, and you started bagging the grain because you saw it as an opportunity. And because of that, that's what led to this other opportunity. So I can see where you say, yeah, I kind of fell into it, but you really didn't, because you really put you put it in process to make it happen, right, Leah?
He did. And I think one of the key points that he had to overcome, I guess, or figure out was the cleanliness of the grain.
Yeah.
Because the deer hunters put the corn in their feeders, and it wouldn't spread if there was like what we call chaff in it, right? Which
chaff
is
or
like
cob
or whatever.
Cracked kernels.
Yeah.
So it was already grade 1 clean.
Yeah, because he invested in a grain cleaner as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it was clean. It was cleaner than most of the corn that you could get off the market. So I think that set him up really for Matthew to come in and be like, I know this is clean. I put it through my deer feeder.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And so we have a thesis on our farm, and I'm a capitalist. I'm a globalist. I believe in that system. I believe it works. I believe it creates peace. But I also believe in the power of capitalism, what it can do for your business.
Sure.
But we have a thesis on our farm that no business can make it past the third generation unless it checks all 3 boxes of sustainability. You have to have all 3 pillars kept in balance. You have to be economically, environmentally, and socially sustainable.
Yeah.
Economic is easy. You got to be profitable, right?
Right.
Environmental,
If you don't
we do
make
that
money,
well in
you're out.
ag.
Yeah.
You know, we got to take care of the soil. We got to take care of the ground. We got to steward resources. We forgot about the social sustainability aspect in this capitalist system, especially in industrialized capitalism.
Yeah.
We forget about the community we serve. And so looking around and trying to figure out how do we participate in the deer feeding market.
Right.
It just naturally led itself to the distilling market that we were already living in.
Right. Which is great. I mean, that's such a cool story, man. That just like happenstance, but you set it in motion. So never undersell yourself for that and say that it just happened, because it didn't just happen. I mean, you put it all in process.
Yeah.
I mean, so
It's been a lot of fun.
We were in Walmart, and he was like, I hate this, but what is this? How are they get me out of here?
Yeah.
But now I'm going to do this. Just get me out of Walmart, though.
absolutely, yeah. I'd be kind of pissed. I'd be like, the damn deers.
Yeah.
You guys are making a shit ton of money off this corn, and I'm not.
It was
man.
mayhem. People with TVs running around. He's like, this is so much.
Get me home. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're almost at the end of round 2, believe it or not.
Oh,
this conversation, I know it's flowing super fast, but I want to jump back to the whiskey, especially on this one, palate and finish. So, Quint, what do you get, palate and finish? I know because this is one of your favorites, right? So, what do you?
So, if I can pontificate just a little bit,
Sure,
pontificate away.
Hit it.
So, something we accidentally discovered.
Oh yeah, this is a fun pontification.
We tasted this whiskey when it came off the still, and Matthew was convinced that it was wheat that we gave him. It was rye, and this has a floral. It's got a floral nose, I think, too, but it's got a floral flavor to it. So this is from the 2017 harvest.
Okay.
The 2018 harvest, it's got more ginger. It's got a little bit more blackberry. The 2019 harvest has got some honeysuckle.
Wow.
The 2020 harvest, I cannot wait for that to get released. It is the wildest whiskey I've ever tasted.
Yeah.
And what we traditionally, all rye in this post-Bretton Woods industrial ag age, all rye comes out of the northern Midwest and Canada, right?
Yeah.
The rye up there pollinates in June. And then almost all the whiskey, 99.9% of whiskey, rye whiskey is made from rye that's shipped down from there.
Yeah.
Kentucky rye pollinates in May.
Okay.
It pollinates when the flowers are blooming.
Flowers are blooming,
When the trees are
honeysuckle's
blooming.
starting to pop out.
And every year, because our weather is so erratic, something else is blooming the same time that rye is blooming.
Wow.
And so we're part of the Kentucky Rye Project. We're doing research on how to bring rye back to Kentucky, developing our own varieties that grow well here.
Okay.
And that's funded by a Dinger Fund and the University of Kentucky, and Woodford's part of that. They're helping do that as well. And Woodford needs a very consistent
Right.
for all the, and we've noticed that there's no consistency year to year. We have accidentally discovered a vintage in American whiskey.
Wow. Okay. That's really cool, man.
And which is why this whiskey, there won't be,
It'll never be another
this
it'll
whiskey
never taste
like
once this
this,
barrel
right?
is gone,
Yeah,
it's
that's
from
it.
a harvest that will never live again.
Wow.
There was a year, I have a flower farm. It's like 2 acres. And there was a year Quint grew rye close to my flowers. And that year it was like
Lavender.
2 acres full of fragrant flowers. So that rye is very floral.
It's very floral.
Very floral.
And so we think that there's some cross-pollination with the bees. It's influencing, or the wind. Something's
Somehow,
happening.
something's
It's
happening.
interacting with that plant. Now, the researchers at the University of Kentucky say, Quint, don't tell anybody that. We don't know. We can't prove it. I was like, well, I mean, I guess that's part of the art, probably
You
part
can
of the
taste
science
it,
of
But
whiskey.
if you can
Smell it.
taste it, right? I
Yeah.
mean, if you can taste it and smell it.
And my favorite thing about this whiskey, and even the White Dog will do this too, is that when you tried the Rock Hill, you had that flavor that just lingered, right?
Yeah.
This whiskey, when you swallow it, it's gone.
Yeah.
It vanishes and the flavor's gone. And so you could sit here and you could drink a bottle of this stuff and not even know it until you stand up.
Yeah, there's no aftertaste really.
Yeah.
That it just doesn't linger at all.
Yeah. There's not a lot of finish on it, you know. I mean, there's a little bit of spice on the palate as well with that rye. And I just, again, that kind of dark sugar kind of flavor as well. That sweetness comes through to me on this, but that rye spice a little bit comes through. I don't really get the mint on the palate that I got on the nose, but I do get that spiciness. There's something else. It's almost like a kind of like like a hint of chocolate to it or something, man. So,
Did you ever have? I guess this was back in the early 2000s. This company would sell these. They were chocolates, but they looked like an orange. They were like an orange chocolate.
Yeah.
It's like an orange peel.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm like, I keep getting this weird like hint of chocolate, and I don't know if it's like a roasty flavor, like a roasted. I don't know, man. It's just something.
It's on
like,
the back end.
Yeah, like a dark cocoa or something like that. You know, one of those bars that are like 85%
Yes.
or
Ooh,
something.
my
you know?
favorite.
But it just doesn't linger.
No,
it's
it
gone.
doesn't.
So you
It's
can't.
like you taste
can't
it
get
and then it's gone. So
Yeah.
you have to go back to it. But
I definitely think it drinks older than 7 years.
absolutely, I would agree with that.
Looks older. It tastes older.
Yeah,
I like it.
for sure. Very nice. Well, congratulations. That's got to be a great feeling, man, to be like,
It's a lot of fun.
This is not my whiskey, but technically it kind of is.
Yeah.
Kind of is my whiskey, right?
cool.
I mean,
It's fun seeing an experiment because we didn't know we could do it.
Yeah.
And then seeing it on the shelf.
yeah,
And,
absolutely.
again, like Marcy's vision, she figured it out, and I thought she was going to release it 5 years, and she didn't. I was like, oh, come on.
Come on,
But
do it.
It was perfect timing.
Yeah.
And I think like even the weeded, preservation. It's got our wheat and it's got our corn in it too.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, it is fun to see it.
Guys, we're at the end of round 2. Let's take a quick break, get a word from our sponsors. We'll come back with more with Leah and Quint Pottinger with Affinity Farms in just a minute. Welcome to the kitchen table at James B. Beam Distilling Company, where every visit is a celebration of tradition and flavor. Did you know that the kitchen table is nestled right within the heart of the distillery? That's right. You can experience the essence of James B. Beam's legacy while savoring their delectable dishes. Join them every Wednesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. for a culinary journey like no other. Planning a special event? Let the kitchen table be your host, creating unforgettable memories for you and your guests. For more information and reservations, visit beamdistilling.com. The kitchen table at James B. Beam Distilling Company. Come as a friend, leave as family. All right, everybody, welcome back for the third and sadly final round of the Bourbon Life Podcast. I'm your host, Mark, and I'm here in the Bourbon Life Studios by myself tonight. Well, not by myself, but Matt is not here. He unfortunately could not make it. Second week in a row. You know, guys, just show Matt some love. Maybe we just need to get rid of him. I don't know. I'm not sure what we're going to do. But, no, Matt will be here next week, but miss Matt, miss his palate for sure. But we're having fun, even without Matt here. We're having a great time tonight. We got some great guests, having a great show and a great conversation and some great pours. I do want to thank all of our sponsors again. So thank you guys for everything you do for us. Couldn't bring you the show every week without their help and support. So thank you for that. With that said, I'm going to introduce our guest again for the third time, just in case you happen to tune in at the 50-minute mark on the show for some weird reason. But we have Leah and Quint Pottinger from Affinity Farms from New Haven, Kentucky. Welcome back for round 3, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us on. It's been fun.
Yes, it's been a good time, man. I like it when we do shows that are a little bit out of the norm, you know? It kind of mixes things up. It keeps it. I mean, I love doing stories with the distillers and like Kyle, you know, preservation, learning the history, talking about what they do. But people that are also connected and affiliated to the bourbon industry. I mean, those are great stories as well. So you guys have a great story. So this has been a lot of fun. Yeah. And you changed your name apparently, I think.
We're going to go with Ann. That's my alter ego.
My
grandmother's name.
Yeah.
Oh, the firecracker, the pistol, yeah. So there you go.
Also known as Two Drink Leah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, now we're on round number 3 though, aren't we, right?
That's Ann.
That's Ann. Ann's
round.
coming out.
There you go. Well, you picked this one, right?
I did.
Yeah, so what are we drinking?
It's the Elijah Craig Small Batch Barrel Proof.
Yeah.
It's 131 proof.
Woo.
And you can smell it.
Hot.
Oh, yeah.
I love Elijah Craig, though.
Yeah. Hot stuff. And I think this is batch, was it C917? Is that what I saw on there?
Shut your mouth, yeah.
Yeah, when I picked it up.
You read it, okay.
Yeah. No, I just randomly picked that bottle out of
he can see from the
1,000.
back.
Yeah. It's the X-ray vision.
It's the nose. It's the nose. That was what it is.
I'm super talented, Leah.
Obviously, I know.
C917. So this is another almost 9 years old because that came out in September of 2017.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
That's what that is. Yeah. So it's the third release.
Oh, fun. Okay.
I love a high proof whiskey.
Oh,
I do too.
Absolutely. And this is a higher rye mash bill than what the rock.
Heard it.
Yeah. This has rye in it. So
listen, I'm an artist. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I get it. You can, you just tell me next time. Just shut up. Say, look, high rye. Okay.
I would rather it this way.
It's wheated. It's a wheated Elijah Craig.
Wheated Elijah Craig.
Yeah, they changed the mash bill. Yeah.
Wheat thins.
Yeah, they call it HH Reg is their mash bill, but they've changed it just for this one, and it's the HH Wheated Reg. Just for Leah.
Just for Leah. Ann.
Just for Ann. Yeah, 3-drink Ann.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. Well, guys, let's talk about this. I haven't nosed it yet. I'm sure it's hot. I'm sure there's a lot to it.
It's not.
It doesn't smell great.
Huh?
It's wonderful.
Oh,
it's
my God.
It's got a great nose.
It does. I'm like.
Maybe a little cinnamon.
Cinnamon, that cherry from Heaven Hill.
Cherry.
I always get that dark cherry, that sugary. The oak comes through because this is. I'm not sure what the age on. I think it'll say on the bottle. And this is before they dropped.
12 years.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because they were doing the 12 years and they dropped the age statement. People freaked out and they turned around and released like a 14-year-old right after they dropped the age statement a couple years ago. But yeah, so 12 years, nice and dark, right? Now, so this is high proof. It's not been proofed down at all.
It's interesting.
Are you comparing that to the rye,
Yeah,
to the preservation?
Yes.
I was just looking at the
very
color.
similar colors.
Yeah.
7-year and 12-year,
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So that's a single barrel. So that's probably not been proofed down either, though.
No.
Yeah, so it's,
I like whiskey cask strength.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah. There's something about it, and people are like, what do you like? And I'm like, Elijah Craig barrel. It makes me sound like I'm a drunk. I mean, it's like I hesitate to say I like the barrel strength, straight.
Straight.
Neat,
I don't want ice. I don't want anything in it.
Same.
Like, seriously?
Double.
Yeah, it's like, Can you give me a 4?
Yeah,
Like,
4-finger pour.
You go into the wrong restaurant and they bring it to you in a shot glass. You're like, oh, I forgot where I was.
yeah, right.
Never mind.
This is a Busch Light restaurant. You know?
Yeah, right. Can I get a natty light with that, please,
Yeah.
too?
Keep the natty light. Just bring me the glass.
Absolutely. Nose and wise, yeah. So that HH reg, the oak obviously comes through, man. The higher proof. This is actually kind of, maybe because the bottle's been open for a while, but I'm not getting a ton of ethanol.
No, I'm not either.
Off of this,
No.
so I don't know if it's.
You can smell the sweetness.
You can smell the sweetness.
Absolutely.
It's not burning anything. Let's try it.
Yeah, we can't talk about the palate and finish though. So, but you can try it. Now I'm waiting to see what that reaction. Oh, look at that, man. That was like smooth, like no reaction, like no like. Don't tell me.
I really just like hot whiskey, so
All right, keep it in. Keep it inside.
I'm not saying a word about it.
It's a rye, but it's a high proof rye, which I love because there's so many complexities. Like, wait, am I tasting the alcohol? Am I tasting the spice?
That throws me off, like especially these high
Sometimes,
proofs,
yeah.
man, because it's like because you hit that impact from the high proof,
Right.
But then also that rye sometimes has almost that same effect on your palate, right?
Right on the front
And
end,
it's-
yeah. You gotta hold on to it.
Yeah,
You know?
trying to discern which one it is. Is it the proof or is it the rye? And I think that's what threw me off on that Maker's Mark on my testing because it was cask strength Maker's Mark. It was high proof, and it was just that hit of like the heat, and I translated that into a high rye spice.
That's what threw me off too on that first one.
On the first one, that's
not enough proof. I was like, no way, this is a rye.
No way. It's a wheated
It's a
Rock
wheated.
Hill.
It's
Yeah.
a wheat-
It's a limited
Yeah.
release.
Same with yours.
Rock
Same
Hill,
with
right?
that. Maker's Mark. Limited release.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit more about the farm here. And off camera, we talked about this just a little bit, and I was listening to a podcast you guys had done. And it kind of goes into, I think a lot of times when you think of farming, you think generation after generation just hands it down. Obviously, your grandmother did not just hand it down, right?
Oh, yeah.
Granny's like, you're going to pay me.
Family tradition, pay up.
That's right.
Pony up.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you guys have done something kind of interesting along those lines with, in terms of, I guess, succession planning with the farm, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
So we figured out, and through a friend, we had a movie filmed on our farm, and we had a long conversation about the food system, where we are today with how we produce our food and farms' role in that system. And he was point blank. He said, Quint, you'll never be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish in your lifetime with traditional capital lending. And because there are no margins in commodity production, even with working with the bourbon industry. So we filed with the Security Exchange Commission to be a company that could solicit accredited investors. And we parceled out 20% of the farm's ownership and sold it to invest in infrastructure so we could build into the whiskey industry. And we've got some really cool projects coming. We've got five really, really good projects, one of which we can talk about now. We just put a malt house in. We're currently building a malt house.
That's crazy. And you're going to be growing barley.
We just had our first barley harvest on the farm since 1860.
I didn't think you could grow barley in Kentucky.
It grows better here than wheat does. And
Does
we are
it?
in one of the best wheat growing regions in the
Seriously?
world. Yeah.
It's so fun because to like the regular person's eye, you wouldn't know the difference in like wheat, rye, and barley. But it's neat. Barley, does it have a big beard?
It has a big beard on
Do
the
you know
end
what I'm
of it.
talking about, a beard?
So if you look at the head of the stalk, usually it's very like if you put an AI, it'll have these like little tiny stems that come off each little kernel.
They look like whiskers.
That's what.
Oh,
Yeah, look
okay.
at whisker. That's what they call a beard.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So it's super fluffy. Barley fields are beautiful because
Okay.
it's a super fluffy
Fluffy,
head on
okay.
it. So when it blows in the wind, it's really pretty.
Oh, okay. Because wheat has that too, right?
Yes.
The wheat has
Some
the-
varieties do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And rye does as well. Yeah. But yeah. So we just finished our first harvest. It has to go through a dormancy period for 6 months.
Okay.
Before you can malt it, and we should have the malting facility done in October, and we'll be able to start malting in December. And Log Still Distillery and Preservation Distillery will be the first 2 distilleries to have a 100% Kentucky mash bill consistently, not as a special project. All from Affinity Farms.
Wow, that's all. Now, is anybody thinking or talking, or is there even the capacity to do just a single malt, like just the barley,
So we can grow malt here. Same problem with rye, though. There's humidity issues.
Okay.
And so the reason we don't have malt houses in Kentucky is because it's extremely hard to keep the moisture content of the malted grain low enough. So in order for grain to stay shelf stable, it has to be under 15% moisture content in the grain. And it'll be shelf stable for 2 years if it's handled correctly. With malt, it's got to be at 6%.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you get anything drier than 10, it'll pick up moisture in the air, which is rye in Kentucky is really hard to deal with. It's really hard to mill because rye will mill up like sand. Doesn't matter what the screen is in the mill at the distillery. When you mill it, it always has a sand.
It's like crunchy.
Coarse mill. It's not like flour that you have with wheat.
Okay.
Well, and that's partly because it picks up moisture out of the air.
Yeah. Okay.
And barley will do the same thing.
Okay.
So we have to have HVAC systems in. Everything will be malted to batch. So Log Still or Preservation will say we need X pounds of malt for this run.
I got you.
And so we could do a single malt.
Yeah.
We could do it. We just have to know a week in advance so we can malt enough.
Yeah, that's what I was just wondering because, obviously single malt, the new category, the American single malt is a fairly, 2-year-old category now?
Yeah.
I know a lot of brands kind of jumped on that. Bullet jumped on it. Beam jumped on it.
Well, it's interesting too. So do you know why they have malt in the mash bill?
It is because the enzymes that breaks down the starch and converts it to sugar so it can...
That's right.
This feels like a science quiz.
That's okay. Well, I'm a master of bourbon.
A lot of people will attribute it to flavor.
Yeah.
And it does add some flavor.
But barley's...
Malted barley is only there to help break down to break down the amylase in the grain.
See, you're more technical than I am.
And rye has a lot of it. It gets jelly, so it's a lot of distillers will, if they're making rye consistently, they'll use an enzyme extract and add it in.
Right.
So to have a single malt American whiskey, that's neat. But malting grain for distillation and malting grain for beer, two different processes. Yeah. So the malt houses in the U.S. that are up in the northeast or northwest, where it's drier, where they can malt large quantities, are mostly malting for beer, and so it's really, really hard to get a specific malt for whiskey.
Yeah. I think we were talking about the progression of the farm. Did we get off topic, or did we finish that conversation?
We didn't. No.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You were asking about the
we went I was
capital
thinking,
structure of the farm.
Oh, yeah. Yes. You didn't even talk about that.
I know. It's like we started that conversation and then we ended up talking about. Yeah. I'm like, Leah, did you do that?
Yeah, no, it wasn't me. Anne's still sitting pretty over here. Just quiet.
Well, so
even her color commentary
this
to
is
herself.
We got off. We have several projects we want to do.
That's what it was.
Oh, that's what it was.
And so what this has done is it's opened us up. It's done two things. One accident, one was intentional. But it's opened us up to be able to access capital when we want to do a project. And so we have an initiative on the farm now that we're driving that's developing these projects. One's the malt house. We have 4 others we'll be announcing, one here at the end of the summer and then another at the end of the fall. The goal is to be able to produce food in a closed system for our community. What do you consume? What can we produce for you? And unintentionally, we've created a succession plan because we've split the farm out into shares that can be bought and sold, Class A, Class B, and Class C shares. So our kids or our nieces or anybody else that comes to the farm, if they want to have ownership in it, you can buy a share.
You can buy a share. Okay, very nice.
I think one of the reasons we did this was because building a community, I think while you can do it however makes sense, but it's important to not, I think, for us to offer opportunities to people other than just our family and the community.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
If there's a kid, like Quint's very connected to UK and FFA. So we have interns on the farm from UK nearly every year. And from like our community, we have interns that come help bag corn and do all the other things, like high schoolers and things. So having a place where, like people who want to learn younger kids, college kids, high school kids want to come and get some experience. And then maybe what if it sticks with them? You know, we don't want to be so stuck in a family cyclical passed down generation thing that there's not an opportunity that we could create for someone else in the community too.
Well, and I think that's just forward thinking. I mean, I really do, because you're kind of breaking, I don't want to say breaking the cycle, but you're kind of looking beyond just the family. Like, we're keeping this property for ourselves, and it's going to, and I do real estate law, and I've seen deeds where it's like, this property can never be sold until my grandkids are blah, blah.
That's like, you have the Century Farm Award or whatever, and we would have gotten that however many times over, but because it's been sold from every generation to the next generation, it's not.
Yeah, we technically could claim it, but it would do a disservice to the next generation.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think too. So, the family farm. I mean, we're farming the same grounds in 1781. It's neat. There's some pride that can be taken.
Absolutely,
in that, right? But my family founded New Haven. We founded Southern Nelson County as a place of community, so that people could interact with Bardstown, the bourbon industry. My family is a family of community builders, and agriculture at its core is based in civilization. Without agriculture, you don't have it. You were hunter-gatherers, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Yuval Harari wrote a really good book, Sapiens. He had a good quip in the middle of it, where humans have a dividing line between hunter-gatherers and civilization, where we domesticated wheat, which was a weed that grew wild.
Yeah.
And once we figured out how to cultivate and domesticate it, we could have engineers and politicians and attorneys and everybody else, because they could specialize, because a few people could grow a lot.
Yeah.
And he said, maybe we didn't domesticate wheat. Maybe wheat domesticated humans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting, but you have to look at it through that lens, and that's what we try to do, is what are we doing for our community? Because this farm has to exist to build the community.
Sure.
And, I served on the United States Soybean Export Council. I've served on the National Corn Growers Business Development Committee, and a lot of the technology that farmers allocated resources for that run our farm today started 12 years ago. The markets we've developed, I've been over Southeast Asia, South America, Africa. It's a bit detached. It's hard to feel grounded. And so when we offer kids a place or students a place to work, and I can show them this bottle of preservation, I can say, the work you're doing is going into something that's being grown here.
Absolutely.
And I think that carries just a little more weight.
Yeah, and you mentioned technology, and I want to make sure before we get out of the episode, because you got your laptop over there. Can you tell everybody what you're doing on your laptop right now?
So again, by accident,
but on purpose.
But on purpose. So we traditionally run large frame tractors, 300 horsepower plus, and pull 40-foot planters to plant our 2,200 acres of crop annually. And last year, in an effort to try to cut capital cost, because that setup cost about $800,000.
Wow. Okay.
We got a small frame tractor that's 130 horsepower and a 15-foot planter, and we planted working on currently planting 2,200 acres with one tiny tractor.
Wow.
There's a guy in Iowa who created a company called Sabanto, who created a retrofit kit to automate a tractor, and it's usually meant for mowers. But there's some other tech in the ag world and the row crop side that allows me to monitor what's happening on the planter remotely, so I can run the tractor remotely. And so I'm able to be here.
And you're running your tractor, which is
I'm running the tractor.
Fucking insane, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like blowing my mind that you're running your tractor. No driver.
No driver.
Tractor, and you even pulled it up, and like the camera from the cab, you could see. Yes, I was like watching your tractor run in New Haven.
Yeah.
And you're here in Lexington. And
I feel like we should do a live feed. Like that should be something you could, how you can watch like traffic cams.
People watch the eagles and their babies in the nest. People pay money to just watch the cab driving around your field. Man.
It's so true.
Oh, it's so interesting. So we were
we call only fields.
Only
There would have to be like a chat, though, like a constant chat. Someone would be like, "Look out for the driftwood, Geneva." She has a name.
Yeah, so we named her Geneva after my grandmother.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Because farm women do all the work and get no credit for it.
Gotcha.
And so she's rocking and rolling right now. She has 6 hours left in this field. Now, we plant slower than we typically would, but she can run all night.
Yeah, okay. So, and you don't have to be out there. I mean, you can monitor from your laptop, and it can run overnight.
Overnight.
The only thing we have to do is seed and fuel.
Seed and fuel. So about
when we
every
go
6
back,
hours.
We'll probably
Yeah.
put some seed in it, and then it'll run until, what'd you say, 3 a.m.?
It'll finish at 3, and I've programmed the route to stop because we have rain coming in at 3.
Yeah.
So we're trying to plant ahead of this next big rain event. And if it gets close to 2:30 and the rain pushes out, I'll go ahead and add the rest of what they call the mission plan so it can complete the farm that it's on.
Man, that is just wild. That
so
blows my mind, dude.
They say we're 5 or 10 years out, and we did it this year. And so we're the first farm to do it at commercial scale without the help of any demo unit, dealership, or science team.
Really?
Completely independent, paid full price for the system, and we proved we could do it. First farm in the world to do it.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Right
that'd be
here in
cool.
Kentucky.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
You're going to have to come out and see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I want to see this tractor driving around the damn field by itself, man. It's like a Tesla that's...
Oh, yeah.
I was
like one of those Wevo or Wago, whatever those.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
Waymos,
Those
yeah.
the Waymos, man. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Where are you going, dude?
Well, and so here's the great side. I love planting. It's
Yeah.
my favorite job on the farm.
Yeah.
If I have a bad day, I'll just get in the cab. I'll flip the
You'll let
autonomy
it-
switch
you'll
off.
let it ride?
No, I flip
Oh,
the
oh,
autonomy
you'll
switch
do
and I'll
it?
just drive it. So I'm not locked into it. I can still go out there and ride
But
it.
let me tell you something funny, though, because while he does love to plant, I've just observed, I think one of his new favorite things is like when the tractor stops, how long do you have before it shuts off?
30 minutes.
So you have 30 minutes before it shuts off. Okay. So he's like, we have to go fill it up with seed, whatever. And I'm like, okay. We get there and he's like, start the timer. I'm like, okay. So I got it started. And then we proceed to do like NASCAR pit stop style on this tractor. He's filling it up with gas. I'm filling it up with seed. We're shuffling
checking
it
tires,
around.
yeah.
He did. Yesterday he filled the tires up with air.
Oh, man.
And we get in the truck. How long would it take us? It's like maybe 10 minutes max.
Yeah.
He's like, whew. It's like, we weren't even close. We were like,
Oh, man. You're like the dad in Christmas Story, right? That changes his tire.
Yeah.
You're like in the pit crew.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So put us in. We're ready for NASCAR now. That's the thing. Yes, like yesterday, it was, I don't know what it was, but we were ripping to get to it.
But again, so we're still fighting weather, and we're doing it with a machine that's or a quarter of the size that we typically would do it, right?
Yeah.
And everybody said that it couldn't be done. Everybody said that there's no way you can make it work, and we're making it work. And so there's just this little added pressure.
Yeah.
We don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
the first
Yeah,
Oh,
time,
right, right.
Oh, yeah.
So now, is this you planted last season?
We planted last fall.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And so this is fun. The whiskey mash bill from September 15th, which will be this year's corn harvest when we start. Every whiskey mash bill from September 15th into perpetuity comes from Affinity Farms. The crop will have been planted without
Autonomous.
a driver.
Wow.
That
That's
would
awesome.
be like all your small grains too.
All the small grains,
Yeah.
the wheat, the rye, the barley, the corn. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool. I got to come down and check this out.
We also this year got a drone, a sprayer drone.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Well, that's the other thing too. Everybody says, "Oh, you got to save on labor." This wasn't a labor play. This was a capital investment play.
Sure.
But the guy that's running our grain facility, our former intern, now full-time employee from UK, he was typically tendering me seed to all the fields and the fertilizer for the planter, and now I'm doing it. And so he didn't have anything to do. Well, he had plenty to do. We're like, okay, what else? So we got him FAA certified to fly a drone, and so now he's fully certified to use a drone and to spot spray our crops. And it's created numerous efficiencies.
Wow. Okay.
It's a huge drone. It's like
It's the
two-thirds
size
of
of
a table.
that's the size of a Prius. Yeah.
Wow. And he just flies it, like puts
Yeah.
a mask on, or just looks
He's
at the
got a
controller?
little chair with an umbrella.
He's got a chair with an umbrella. It sits on
sits
top
there.
of the
You
truck.
map
and-
it out. You give it boundaries, and it'll
Yeah,
fly.
it's automated
itself.
too.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
not
okay.
actually flying it.
Based on GPS. Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes out and sprays where you need it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Man, you guys are like the full autonomous farm, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, and so what it's done is it's returned enough capital back to the farm so that we can invest in these projects appropriately.
That makes sense.
Again, so how do we serve the community?
Yeah.
How do we make money? How do we protect our environment
Sure.
so that the next generation can do it? And we're hoping it catches on.
Absolutely. We guys are definitely trendsetters for sure. So let's jump back to the whiskey. So we're at the end of the show.
Oh,
Gosh.
Isn't that crazy?
crazy.
How fast it goes.
Yeah, it is.
Right? All right. So palate and finish. What do you think?
Very caramel. I would say
It is very, I know. I was shocked by that.
a little toasted marshmallow. Maybe.
Ooh, there's that proof. Yeah.
I love it.
I love Elijah Craig barrel proof.
I do too.
How is it so smooth?
I have no idea. I absolutely, and this is what, 130?
131.
131.
I just have such an appreciation for somebody that can craft something at high proof that has flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
you can taste it.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely.
not just hot.
And all those flavors come through, the cherry comes through, that dark cherry, the vanilla caramel,
Yeah.
The standard bourbon flavors. The oak comes through. This has got that little bit of 12-year-old, a little bit of older, little hint of leather on this for me.
It does.
But that spice, you can tell this is higher rye, not wheat.
Not wheat, are you sure?
Pretty-
You can taste the grain. You can definitely taste the grain in this on the back.
So yeah, I get like a really, really ripe blackberry.
Oh.
Nice. Yeah. Yum. I love the combination of that sweet and that spice. Like it's like all over your palate. Like, man. Thank you for choosing that.
You're
Haven't had that.
welcome.
Obviously, haven't had that in a
I
while.
really like Elijah Craig. It's always a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're at the end of the show, but before we wrap it up, I always like to ask our guests, what has been your favorite part of your journey so far? So, Leah, I'm going to ask you first.
What journey? What part?
Just being in this industry, doing what you do.
I think that maybe several things, but it's been fun to watch Quint innovate through this because I am majorly his support arm. I told him when we were married, I don't want to do the books, but I will drive any tractor you need.
She has.
That's awesome.
I can drive anything on the farm except the semis because I can't get the clutch in. But
And back anything up.
that's right. But it's been really fun kind of to watch him innovate through this.
Yeah.
And then also to lean into the history of my family and how it's kind of tied together with the journey that we are on together as a couple in the farm. So that's my answer.
Awesome. Quint, what about you?
Yeah, there's so many great things about it. I get to work with the dirt every day.
Yeah.
And that's rewarding. But I would echo that. Leah and I are not discovering, I say rediscovering what it means to have just like the American spirit of exploration and community building. And we're doing it in a time when we can actually step back and take a breath. Because like I mentioned, in the late 60s, we were worried we were going to eat ourselves alive. My dad's generation, they stepped up to the plate. They sacrificed rural towns across this country to feed other communities around the world.
Yeah.
We did it. We fed the world.
Yeah.
Our generation gets to step back and say, okay, now what do we need to reinvest in? And that community has been a lot of fun to rediscover. And whiskey, just because of where we live, it's natural, but it connects so many people across this country, like you and I.
Yeah, right.
Able to have this conversation. I think that's been the best part of the journey. We get to talk to so many and meet so many different people that are on their own journey that are doing really cool shit, like what you're doing here.
Thank you.
Be able to spread that.
Yeah.
Get to know you and what you're doing and the life you've lived, which is half over, right? You got a whole, you're only halfway through this life, right? You got
I'm 58, dude. I'm more than halfway.
No, not with current technology. You don't know that. Yeah.
Not if I
it's
keep drinking this 131 proof.
I think that's the secret to life.
Preservation
Yeah.
part.
Preservation.
Yeah. No, I think so. That's what it is for me. It's the community we've been able to build together.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I could not do this without you.
Well, you guys are a great team. I was going to say, I'm very fortunate. I have a very supportive wife who encourages me and supports me to do this and encouraged me from the very beginning to even just start the Instagram site to do this, right? I mean, we set in the end of 2018, December 30th, sat downstairs and worked to come up with a name, what I was going to call this. And we settled on the Bourbon Life, and ever since then, she's supported me. So you guys are great together, and I enjoy seeing that because it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
That you're both invested, that you support what he wants to do, but at the same time, you encourage her as well to continue to be a big part of what you're doing. So that's awesome, man. Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. I guess that was the only. Oh, where can people get more information about the farm?
So we have our website, which is currently on, we're in reconstruction.
What's that web address?
So you can find us at KentuckyAF.com.
Love that.
There's also merch there you can buy.
You can buy merch.
Yeah.
We have our Farmer AF tees. We got
Kentucky AF.
We've got our Farmer Tan Tee
AF.
tank tops.
Nice.
We got our America AF, 250 America AF.
Oh,
tees.
nice.
But you can also find us on Twitter or X at Kentucky AF, or Instagram.
You're on Instagram too, right?
At Kentucky _AF.
Yeah. Kentucky AF. I love it.
It's the best name ever.
Yeah.
Well, that's what bourbon is. It's Kentucky AF.
Absolutely it is.
It's true.
Any final thoughts, guys, before we wrap it up?
I have one more question for you.
Oh, great.
What's been your
Yeah, that was going to be my
Wow.
What's been your favorite part of this journey?
Just this. I mean, when I started this, it was an outlet for me because my job was not creative. And I've always felt like I've been somewhat of a creative person. I play bass guitar for years and love photography and just all sorts of different things. But my job did not provide me that outlet. And the conversation with my wife about you need to find something that you enjoy. I enjoyed. I was starting to go. I told you a little bit about the rabbit hole I went down about bourbon in 2018. Love photography, so Instagram was just kind of a natural fit for me. And I had no idea that it would grow into into what this has become because I just did it.
This is incredible.
For something fun. I mean, it was fun. I'm passionate about it. I'm a native Kentuckian, born and raised, lifelong. Bourbon is so important to our industry, to our economy. But there's so many awesome people that are in this industry. And there's so many stories that I just think need to be told. And I'm not the one really telling the stories. I'm just kind of that conduit for them, right? So I have the access to the people and I can get the people like you guys that have these wonderful stories to share. So you come in, you tell your story. I just kind of put it together and then get it out to the masses. And to me, that's the great part because I get to meet so many cool people, so many people that are doing so many wonderful things. And I say Kentucky because I am from Kentucky. Bourbon obviously is across the United States, but for me, it's Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what it is. So that's my favorite part. Just the people and the ability to share their stories and get that out to. I mean, we've been downloaded in 45 different countries, man.
That's
which
so
is
cool.
and freaking insane, right?
Wow.
I mean, like, how the hell are they listening to our show?
And I think that if you look at, everybody talks about the industry where it is.
Yeah.
But you look at those numbers, people are craving
absolutely.
that interaction to something that, because it is, it's so real, it's so tangible.
Absolutely.
All right, so I have one more follow-up question.
Oh, man, okay, all right.
Excluding our interview,
Yeah.
craziest story you've heard?
Craziest story.
Like one that you like listen to and you're like, what?
I don't. I'm trying to think. I can't think of like the craziest story that anybody has shared with me. I think probably the funniest people to interview are Denny and Jane.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had them on the show like 4 or 5 different times, either separately or maybe 2 or 3 times, and they're actually coming up in another month to talk about the big vat liar, which is hilarious. But those two together, I mean, and they're drinking in my basement. It's like you never know. Last time we were here, Denny and I think we started singing Tesla. Yeah. So just funny, wild things. Okay. I think Denny and Jane are probably. I can't think of like any stories that just kind of made me go, "What?"
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the funniest, just craziest, outrageous guess. Okay. Denny and Jane definitely hold that title for me, for sure.
Because I feel like this is a place where stories just come out.
Absolutely, right? Yeah, it's kind of funny because I feel like over the last, this is our 7th season, and I feel like we've kind of created this archive.
Yeah.
Of all these people in the industry and some people that are no longer in the industry. I mean, we've got this archive of shows from the last 7 years, 6.5 years now. So it's kind of like a history of bourbon.
It's kind of so your Quint has a uncle kind of who does oral history for the University of
For UK, yeah. That's awesome. I love that.
Doug Boyd.
Doug, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But this is that. I mean,
this is an oral history.
I was sitting here thinking,
absolutely, yeah.
Like my grandfather sat in the basement with book or no doing the same thing.
That's awesome.
Without the microphones and
nobody's
the
recording it, but yep.
So you are capturing like the history of whiskey as it's happening. It's pretty cool.
I think it's true. Like in 100 years, when people look back and say, how did bourbon retake root? Yeah. This will be something they can access. Because it started right before, like right at the beginning of this boom,
the craziness. Yeah, we started the show in 2020 and the Instagram in 2018. So we just got right on the verge of
it is a bourbon archive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, very cool. All right, guys. I'm sorry we've run way over. It's been so much fun though. We could keep talking for like another hour, right? Yeah. So I think we're gonna have a part two.
Deal.
Do the second show, but I'll come to you guys.
Yeah.
Get Matt, load him up.
Maybe I'll bring my grandma. She can tell us some stories.
Absolutely.
She's not drinking Bud Light anymore. Her doctor said she had to have Milk Ultra.
So it's better for her heart.
She said, I don't like it, but I'll have it. She's 95 now.
Oh my God! Seriously?
Yeah.
We have to have her. That would be great.
Oh yeah.
Have her on.
Absolutely.
Tell stories for. Oh gosh.
That would be a lot of fun. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up here. Thank you guys for tuning in, whatever time of day it is. Like Matt always says, since he's not here, I'm going to say it. Morning, noon, or night, whenever it is you get your Bourbon Life fix. Thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate that. We also want to thank all of our sponsors for everything they do for us. Couldn't you bring you this show each week without their support? If you want to reach out to us, you can email us at thebourbonlife@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, Facebook as @thebourbonlife. Don't forget our good friend Mike, who does the Whiskey Trip podcast that comes out every Tuesday under our umbrella. So please subscribe to his show, and you'll be able to catch him every Tuesday. He's also on Instagram and Facebook as the Whiskey Trip, so check him out. He'd appreciate that. And hey, if you guys like what we're doing, please make sure you subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform. It just helps us out, get our numbers up there so the platforms know what we're doing. With that said, I'm going to wrap it up, send us home with our tagline, which is, may your glasses always be full, and may you keep on living the bourbon life.
Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of the Bourbon Life Podcast. Our mission at the Bourbon Life is simple: to share our passion for all things bourbon with you every week. And we'd really love to hear your thoughts on how we're doing. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at The Bourbon Life. You can also contact us by email at thebourbonlife@gmail.com. And you can always find us on your favorite podcast platform. If you have a moment, we'd love it if you would rate us and give us a review. So until next week, we hope your glass is always full and that you keep on living the bourbon life.